Well, I'm sure it's probably like a cool status thing. You're like, oh, I got like, what would be a lot of followers like
On Insta?
in a high school? I
In
guess
high
depends how big your high
Thousand?
school
I
is.
don't know.
Yeah, I'd say
800?
I'd say thousands.
I don't know.
A lot.
That's saying a
even
lot
seem-
for me because I have like 250.
Yeah, I think that even sounds like a lot of people to follow you.
I don't even think I have 250.
Followers?
I think I have like 400. I think.
What? Wow. I gotta look after it. I might have like 130.
And you know how many people of those I interact with? Maybe like 15.
That's still crazy. Mine's like 6.
So that's what I find crazy is when I see people who have like 3,000-ish followers and they follow back 3K. I'm like, you keep up with 3,000 people? Isn't that not
There's
like...
no way there's enough time in your day to scroll through your like how do you
Unless your hobby is Instagram,
no, but even
social
then,
media
like,
at that
but like,
point.
how do you? I just feel like it's not enough time.
That's too much. That's way too much. Because, yeah. Could you imagine? And they had that 15-minute setting like you do? Just fucking don't look
Like
at
when I was
anything.
choking on the pizza that one time, I was like doom scrolling.
Yeah,
Because last time the fan was picking up on the thing.
Yeah, you can't fan it, bro.
Can we not?
Or at least make it...
Low.
Really?
I'll do it low.
Okay, if you guys watching, let us know if you hear the fan.
Yeah.
I'll just face
And
it
if it's
towards me.
annoying, whatever.
Yeah, like.
So because we started talking about friends quality and quantity, and this is what I was thinking about earlier this week because we were talking about it at work.
You're saying you have neither? You have like no friends and they're
I have no
like,
quality and just no quantity. No, so this guy, there's this African guy that I work with, and he was saying how like in African culture, like no one's monogamous in his culture, and like
Not surprised.
even so much that the wife will help in finding a younger girlfriend for the husband.
Oh.
And I was thinking like that's crazy, and then the so typical of the conversation turned into like, oh, men weren't made to be monogamous and whatever. And I was thinking about, I was like, to me, I think it's very natural for guys to think about other women and think about cheating and stuff, but to me, it maybe it is just me, it seems a lot like making plans with an old high school friend. You know what I mean? Like, in the moment you're like, hey, I haven't seen Jim Bob in a while. Like, yo, let's hang out sometime. Like, sick, yeah, this sounds great. This is cool. And then like that day comes, he's like, hey, what time are we meeting? You're like, fuck. Like,
Dude, I feel like that way about all the plans I make.
What?
It
I
doesn't matter
feel
who
like
it
a
is.
lot about a lot of my plans. It's true. It's true.
Oh, I don't really want to go anywhere today.
But like it's always sucks out when you make the plans. You're like,
Yeah.
Sorry.
yo, you want to do lunch in Hamilton tomorrow? Yo, there's this place.
We went so
sick.
deep in an analogy, you lost me.
I'm relating that to cheating.
To cheating.
It's because in your mind you're like, yeah,
But you're
this would be
saying
great.
when you
And then
start
you're
getting into the action, you start regretting. You're saying you regret it after.
Or even no,
I would
even
say
before.
I would personally, it would probably be even before.
Just guilt.
Not only guilt, but just like
It's a lot of work, man.
it's a lot of work. Like
Do stuff.
I just don't want to.
It's true.
Like
Anything.
even if I didn't feel guilty, and I went behind Emma's back and I was messaging this girl, and she's like, "Hey, let's go out on a hot date tonight." And I was like, "Okay." And then that day came, and it was time for me to get ready. I'd be like, I gotta drive to pick her up, and then I gotta go to the place. Like this is gonna be like at least 3 or 4 hours of my night. Like what
a lot, dude.
fuck?
That's a
It's
big
lot.
investment.
Yeah, like I'm not
It's a
trying to
big
do
investment.
that. I'm not trying to do that.
I always tell Christine, I'm like, listen, I have a hard time like keeping contact with you, my friends. You want to throw someone else in the mix? No, thank you. I've like my list has capped out.
Yeah.
I can't add someone.
That's
to the
what
list.
I've told them. That
I don't have the
several times.
energy or the time.
I was like, you're lucky you've got a man who'd like just like I can barely keep up with one. Like, I don't have it in. I don't have it in.
Yeah.
I don't have it in.
I don't have time.
I have no time for this.
But it's funny because I also just like I find that now more than ever because of my time restraints and stuff. Because I work 2 jobs and stuff. Is that I find it even more. I'm more oblivious to people hitting on me. Or Christine's like, oh, like girls like was like trying to talk to you and stuff. I'm like, I have no time right now. Like I came here. I'm here on a mission. I came here to buy Pringles.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time to talk to people.
Throw the
It-
change out
like-
and run out.
Yeah.
It would be. It's shitty to think about if I had to try to. Let's say I was single for a reason. Trying to date
Again.
now would be. I'd be like, yo, bro, how do you do it? Like, where do I fit it in?
I
don't think
I
so.
think if anything ever happened between Emma and I and we split up, I'm probably single for the rest of my life.
Right.
I'm probably.
And like being where I am now, I could see why people end up being like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
100%.
yo, that's
I ain't getting into that now. No way. No way. No way. Especially because my life is so routine now too.
Yeah, you have to change. You have
not
to
a
upheave
fucking chance. Not
So you're gonna broke up the Emma and be like, "Yo, you still on for laundry tonight? You still gonna text her?
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically,
We
like,
still got chores to do. We
I
can still
could do
split it. Yeah.
I'd be single forever.
Yeah, I think.
And then Emma would find another man and have this, luxury life posting all over Instagram. I'd be like, fuck, well, I'm left in the dust.
But you're not even on Instagram. So
Right,
you're
yeah,
not even
true, yeah.
seeing it.
Wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you get back into it?
Into dating?
Yeah.
Well, the way I would see is that you'd substitute the time that you'd spend with your significant other now and substitute it for dating. Now, hypothetically. But to be honest,
But it's so
no.
much more work because then you got to go out and do.
Yeah,
things.
you
gotta
can't.
go and
Yeah,
meet
because I have
them,
the
you gotta meet
foundation
them.
to be able to not.
as you were saying, I think I would just start focusing on myself, and then every time I do that, it just happens that a girl comes into my life. Every time I start focusing on myself.
Fits into like you're
That's
already.
true.
Yeah,
Where it's not like you're going out of your way.
like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fair,
girls
that's
like see you
fair.
focus on yourself. They're like,
Time to ruin his progress.
I'm gonna make him buy me nuggets.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point.
That's how it always happens. You start working on
your
yourself, and then someone sees that and is like, "Damn, I want to be part of that," and you're like, "Damn it,
yeah.
God damn
There's
it."
there's no room in this town. Whatever
This
the
town
saying
of
is.
two.
Yeah.
for both of us.
Wait, no. There would
Will
be
there be
room in a
room?
town of two, unless you're just so.
If it was a
busy
town
with
of two, you
people.
could fit 2 people in the town then.
Well,
What if I want guests over?
Yeah.
Unless you get really fat.
Then you're a town of.
You calling me a town of 2?
No. I'm
Is
saying
that why you
in
said it
general.
wouldn't work? Is you were talking to Lucas? That's crazy.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
nuts.
That's yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think also just the dating pool now, just like I see these horror stories and it's
Horror
almost like,
stories. Is that what you said?
yeah,
That's probably applicable too.
like just like people are just batshit crazy now. I think it's very hard for me, especially to find like Christina's a godsend because she can see my humor and understand it's a joke. But I think a lot of people would see my humor and be like, "He's a piece of shit."
I think that's.
I don't
I
know.
think you can say the same about all of us.
Yeah,
The
but
3 of us here.
But
I'm pretty sure.
our significant others have, like we have significant others that are kind of open to that kind of humor and understand.
But then
it's-
if you
it's
like,
a
you
joke.
wouldn't. I think you wouldn't connect with someone who didn't find that. Like, you know what I
True.
mean? I think that would filter itself.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's very hard to find someone.
You think?
I think so now.
I think
I
there's
don't
a
know.
lot of dark humor
Oh yeah.
pieces of shit like us out there.
Maybe you gotta date a comedian.
Maybe you gotta date a guy.
Yo,
What if
I'd
she's
be
what
laughing
if he's
more.
a hot chick? Like
Rob Schneider? We rewatched that movie last week.
Yo, it's
It's so fucking funny.
It's good.
Which movie?
It's so funny.
Okay.
Hot chick.
I never watched it.
Hey,
Bro.
watch it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it. You guys have recommended so many movies.
Yo, I'm
I
gonna.
don't
You know
wanna
what?
watch
I'm gonna
it.
put it on tomorrow.
Yeah.
On
No one's allowed to talk.
What time?
At the party.
What
The
time?
whole
is it?
time. Like it's
Actually,
on loop.
Yo, I'm actually sick tomorrow. I'm not feeling so well.
No, yeah, the whole
That
time.
movie is so funny. It's the subtle things too.
Yeah.
That's a good.
One
That's a good throw.
of the parts that I was like crying at is when Rob Schneider's so he's obviously staying at the friend's house
Mm.
and like he's in the bathroom like taking a piss and he's like farting at the same time like a man and like the friend's mom's at the door because she's suspicious and she like listens on the door and like you just hear some farts come she's like oh my god she's just like so scared by it and I was like yeah that reaction's priceless.
Oh man, that's a gold one. That's
So it's a good movie.
a little nugget from back in the day.
Yo, so talking about stupid takes on things that,
Love
we,
these.
that we weren't. One of my employees today, we were talking. Remember the show Man vs. Beast? No,
I do remember. I'm just trying to think of what the context is now.
they did like competitions of like people versus animals. For example, there was a hot dog eating competition between Kobayashi and a bear.
Okay, I actually did not know that. So this is actually
Okay,
better,
so
better
yeah.
than what I anticipated.
So this show got canceled so quick. They only did 5 competitions, and then the show ended. So Kobayashi did a hot dog eating competition against the bear. I think it was like 100 hot dogs. Bear whooped his ass.
Of course.
Obviously, there was. I'm gonna say this one for last because it's my favorite. There was a sumo wrestler versus an orangutan in a tug of war. Orangutan whooped his ass.
Of course.
There was an obstacle course race between a chimpanzee and a Navy SEAL. The Navy SEAL actually won.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Depends what kind of. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because like,
I
does the
wouldn't
chimp
make a guess.
know like
Yeah.
it's a like
How does
none of
it
the animals
follow-
know what's
how does it
going
follow
on.
the
You know what I
rules?
mean? Yeah. Then there was this this sprinter who did a 100-meter dash against a giraffe, and he beat the giraffe. But it's when you watch like the giraffe had like a muscle spasm, like freaked out. So like he beat the giraffe, but then he had a 100-meter dash race against a zebra. And obviously the zebra fucking cooks this guy. Like, why would you ever think that would
But I'm glad they did that, because if you just did a horse, you're like, come on. Or like a dog. Like the standard, like, racing,
Still,
used for racing, where at least a giraffe is, like, out of the norm.
My favorite one, absolutely, was it was a race to obviously a certain distance, pulling like a jet, and it was an elephant versus 44 midgets.
Yo, that's what.
The midgets obviously got crushed. The elephant whooped
What?
them. Yeah, but it was so funny seeing because they're all like harnessed in and they're all harnessed together and then to the plane, and then like they blow the horn and the midgets are like ah!
Did they make that sound too?
Oh yeah, they're like screaming, like charging for a war, and they're pulling this plane, and I was like, no fucking 40 midgets pulling this jet. That's crazy.
How many non-midgets would be the 20?
I would argue that the midgets might be stronger because like their legs are like smaller and lower, so like they just get more
gravity,
pull, right?
Oh, that's
maybe.
Yeah, it's like a colony of ants versus one praying mantis.
Correct.
In a size comparison.
That's right. Yes. But so we're talking about that show at work, and then one of my coworkers, I see him, he's plugging away at the computer and he's like pulling up numbers and shit, and he was like,
He's hacking into NASA.
This guy told me, he's like, because we're talking about how stupid it would be to race a zebra. Like, why the fuck do you think you beat a horse?
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, good question, Carl. Why 44? I don't know why 44.
Is the mass equivalent? Like, is that, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know how much an elephant weighs, but I know it's a lot.
I imagine it's more than 44 midgets.
I think it might be a ton.
It's gotta be more than a ton.
An elephant?
Maybe a couple tons.
I know that
An orca's 2 tons, isn't it?
I know that a blue whale's tongue weighs the equivalent of an elephant.
That's whoa. That's actually
So maybe
Yeah.
it's
cool fact. Where'd you get
I
that?
don't know.
Twitter?
No,
Google animal facts.
no.
Oh.
I googled blue whale facts because I saw a video of one and I was like,
They're crazy.
You probably
mind-boggling.
You know
how
you can
big,
see them in Canada?
how big they are. Where on Vancouver?
No.
East
End.
Coast?
East Coast. But yeah, so we're talking about how stupid it is to race a horse. Like, no way. And he's pulling up these numbers. He's like, actually, Usain Bolt could give a horse a run for its money. Like, it would be pretty close. And I was like, excuse me? Usain Bolt versus a horse? Like, no fucking way.
Does he mean like top speed?
Yeah.
At
And I was like,
one given moment of his, you know what I mean? Like,
at his maximum
his
speed,
peak.
he's still nowhere fucking close. He's like, Usain Bolt can run at, he said,
40, I think it would be like 40 miles.
he
40 miles.
maybe pull it
Yeah.
up.
Is that?
He
Actually,
told me 25.
At his peak of like his...
He told me
his-
25 kilometers an hour.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
Okay, pull it up, because that would be interesting. Because a horse's top speed, like a racehorse's top speed,
It's not 25 kilometers
is
an hour.
88 miles per hour. 8 miles. They could probably trot at fucking 44, like
Yeah, at his top... Oh, 43 kilometers.
43 kilometers. Okay, so that would be
School
25
zone.
miles. That would be 25.
He'd be speeding.
Ish.
in school.
Can you believe that?
Miles an hour?
Usain Bolt could get a speeding ticket at his peak in a school zone.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Well, school zones now are also 30 kilometers an hour, which is not.
But even old school zones.
That's crazy. What do you think your top speed is? Right now, like we
Like my peak run?
Yeah.
Yo, I think maybe 10 kilometers?
No, you
Maybe.
do more than 10. You do more than 10.
You think so?
I think you can do more than 10.
I can probably do 41.
I think you could.
I'd give Usain Bolt a run for his money.
That's fair. I think you get.
You'd give him money
They
for
call
his
me.
run?
They call me Polska Lightning.
I think anywhere from 15 to 20.
We should try.
Yeah, we should. I was gonna say there's only one way to find
I'm
out.
gonna
Really.
get hurt, man.
Yeah, we're gonna pull hammies and...
100%. We're.
How old is Usain Bolt?
I don't know. In his 40s?
He's like half his age.
No, he's not that old, is he?
He wouldn't compete anymore. I'd assume he's in his 40s.
Yeah, but Olympic athletes don't compete after like
That's not
fucking
true.
28.
There's a chick who won a gold and she was like 40-ish.
What is she doing? Archery?
No, she...
Curling?
No, it was like an athletic type sport.
You saying that's not athletic?
What?
You saying curling's not athletic? That's this guy.
I think it's one of those sports that's not athletic. It's very,
I know. How old is he?
like, precise, if that makes sense.
Hold
Carl.
You know what I mean? Like archery. I don't necessarily think archery is athletic, but
No,
it's
it's not.
very precision.
Yeah,
Oriented.
it's not athletic. Golf is not athletic.
Would you like to see cornhole in the Olympics?
Usain Bolt's 37.
Right now, if any of you guys sprint without warming up, you're snapping your Achilles tendons. You're 30. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. We're
Yeah.
dead.
Actually, that's not true. I can go on elliptical for 5 minutes.
Aaron
straight.
Rodgers snapped his Achilles actually in the first game.
Yeah.
So he signed to an $80 million deal for the New York Jets. First play of the Jets offense, snapped his Achilles.
That's so fun.
So speaking of Man
I
versus
think Jets
so
fans
fun.
are on suicide watch, like legit.
Man versus Beast, if you were to add a comparison competition, like you're given, hey,
Like, I have to do this competition.
You get to choose one of the competitions
What
you
I'm
can have. What are you choosing? Like, what would you like to see that you think might be a fair comparison?
That's a good one. I would.
For me, I would like to see a gorilla
I'm not doing anything against the gorilla.
versus like two like boxers, and it's a boxing match.
wait.
No, that's not ridiculous. They're not allowed to fight the animals.
Oh, in this
You can't do that. That's fucking
in
crazy.
this Man versus Beast, it's what's it
No
called?
hold bar.
It's explicit.
Okay, then
Anything
I
goes.
pick an MMA fight against a pug.
That's crazy.
Ow.
No, but it's gotta be close.
Ow.
It's gotta be close.
It would be close. They can bite my ankles, man.
Snap your Achilles.
Yes, I'm my Achilles. That's right. You want to see two boxers versus a gorilla?
Yeah, and
That's so
But
crazy.
does the gorilla have to wear boxing gloves?
yes,
I think the gorilla probably still whoops.
I think
Like the gorilla-
it would kill you with a punch.
the gorilla is trained to jab.
Apparently, gorillas can lift and throw up to 800 kilograms.
Kilos.
Kilos!
Ooh, that's killer.
That's
Okay, so
fucking
three boxers.
insane.
Three boxers.
That's fucking crazy.
But you don't
They
think-
grab my ankle and just fucking.
But are
Okay,
they
fine,
fast?
that's not a boxing move. That's
Okay, what they're gonna critique his form?
No, he'll lose points.
So
Yeah,
I'll
that's not
blow
the
the
fight.
belt. I'll blow the belt.
do you think
Keep it clean.
a Mayweather versus a prime Mayweather, prime Mike Tyson versus your average gorilla
Your
in a
average
boxing
gorilla.
match?
I would even
average.
say your
They team
average
up, they can-
orangutan, not even a gorilla, bro.
No, I want a gorilla.
I think an
because-
orangutan could still fuck you up
100%.
with punches.
I think if there was some way to let the ape know that it's in a fight, rather than like this ape's just chilling and someone comes and punches it, like that's kind of fun.
Assuming
If it knows it's in a fight,
Yo,
they don't stand a chance.
What about a boxing match between a kangaroo and a gorilla?
Kangaroo's gonna get destroyed.
I think gorilla
No,
fucks
what
that
if the kangaroo could wear the boxing gloves
shit. on his feet?
He'll still lose a lot. Like
Yeah,
a
I
long
think
shot.
that's crushed. Who was it? Bo Nichols, this big UFC fighter right now, big prospect. He said on a podcast that him and one buddy could take a chimp in a fight. I'm sorry, Bo Nichols is a fantastic wrestler. I think he's fucking.
Two people against one chimp. They each grab one arm. I think they can do it.
I don't.
Okay,
Good luck getting that
what
one
about
arm.
what about a boxer versus a kangaroo then?
That'd be fun to watch.
No, I think a kangaroo
That'd be
would
fun.
get whooped.
I think the kangaroo.
I
Have
saw-
you seen how shredded kangaroos are?
Yeah,
They're
but
tight.
I've seen an average guy defending his dog.
Okay, he like sucker punched the kangaroo first of all.
Yeah.
And the
It
kangaroo.
wasn't a fair fight. There was no ref, man.
Yeah, the guy just walked up and just like clocked, and
Yeah,
the
that's
kangaroo was
fine.
just like the
I think
kangaroo wasn't even like phased. It was kind of just like
Yeah,
Like
but
what? An amateur boxer versus the kangaroo? We're talking like Mike Tyson versus.
no, like
kangaroo.
rough and rowdy.
Like a. So they just grabs. Yeah, that person's getting lit up. For
No,
sure.
what about a pro boxer?
A pro boxer? Like a low level pro boxer?
Like Logan Paul.
Logan Paul versus a kangaroo.
Yeah, but the kangaroo in this case is allowed to have an AK-47 because I want to see it happen.
I
I think the kangaroo's gonna lose, man. Kangaroos are not impressive.
think
Yeah, that's fucked.
I think I could fight a kangaroo.
you're overestimating yourself.
Yeah.
I think
Or
I'm underestimating a
drastically
kangaroo.
underestimating a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
I think I could fight a kangaroo. Yo, Man versus Beast. Yo, come back for the explicit version.
Yes, you're right. I think
No.
you could fight a kangaroo.
I think
you
you would
could.
fucking.
I think you'd lose.
No.
I think you could fight it, but I think
will-
you'd lose.
Yo, my arm reach is double its arm reach.
Not when it cocks up on his tail, fucking double kicks.
Oh, whoa, whoa. We're not kickboxing. We're just boxing.
Bro, I would.
Don't
I
change
would.
the
Have
rules.
you not seen Roger in Tekken? In Tekken, when he plays the kangaroo, the boxing kangaroo. Did
Do you know what he's talking
No,
about?
no, I
You
didn't
haven't
play a
played
lot of Tekken.
I just know there was a tiger, a half tiger, half man, and then there was a bear,
King. His name was King.
and then two bears.
Kuma.
There was the brown bear, that's Kuma,
Yeah.
and then who's the panda bear?
That's Panda.
Oh, true. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Yoshimitsu? Is the
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
he's sick.
He was
Yeah,
the
he is cool.
sickest character.
What was Kyle saying?
Have you you guys seen any police videos on YouTube? That's like the most broad statement I've ever heard.
Not a single one. Train cops regularly have a hard time taking down one guy on bath salts. 4 cops versus 1 drug dealer.
Yo, what if
Psycho
that's Superman's
That's
real origin story?
true.
He actually just was had a lot of bath salts. And now he's...
Okay, so let's.
So his weakness was
let's
that
up
thing
that.
that like what's it called that like removes all the drugs from your system? What's that?
IV?
No, there's that if someone's overdosing, there's that type of medication you can give them to like prevent the overdose. It like suppresses it for 10 minutes, and then you have time to call an ambulance. I actually have one in my house because we got them free
It's
from
not
CNE.
an EpiPen?
No,
Wait, why'd you...
it's actually almost like bath
From
salts.
CNE?
You snort it. Yeah, CNE. Like we went to like the paramedic station and they gave it free. It's like, oh, you know, like it could save someone's life. And I brought one to work and kept it at work and one in my house.
Is it like a little pack?
So it comes with three things. It comes with two. It's almost like what's it called
Smelling salts.
smelling salts.
Oh.
And then if it like really isn't working, you get the injection one, which is like an EpiPen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And they just gave these away for free?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many people? What's the minimum number of full-grown adult men do you think it would take to beat a silverback on drugs?
So silverback's on drugs.
The silverback is like coke.
Infinite.
Think about this.
Yeah, that's the minimum. Is you need every man on the planet.
So just your average man.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's something that's always interesting perspective is that, for example, silverback has no exposure to drugs. So even an energy drink to a silverback will like change its like it will be like cocaine to
do you think?
because it's never had caffeine, for example.
Yeah, but they also don't operate like humans. Like, what if it's just like, what if it does nothing for them?
Oh, I'm sure if I gave it a monster, it would turn into a monster. Like literally, like turn
Like a
into.
Four Loko?
Yeah, I
Like a
think
C4?
I think if you give Gorilla one energy
Caffeine?
drink, like that's good enough for it to go like berserk.
You
Like
think?
I think so.
I don't know. I wonder what's in their diet. Like, if there's...
Bananas.
This is true. This is true.
This guy watch any movie?
You didn't watch Donkey Kong?
You never watched George of the Jungle?
Yeah.
Versus Silverback, it would take about 50 human beings.
On like a coked out silverback.
Because eventually you're just fatiguing it out so you can get some jabs in its head.
How many people, of the 50 people, of the 50 men that you sent in, how many are coming out?
Maybe
7.
3.
7.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, like you're losing well over half.
Yeah.
Well over 3. I'd even say well over
I'm
8.
surprised we don't use
Probably.
silverbacks in the military then.
Yeah, that's where
You think, Carl brings up a good point. After the gorilla rips the first guy's head off, everyone backs off. But would that not be the time to pounce? When the gorilla's double hands
Yes.
on one guy, everybody's on him.
The best way to do it is as soon as it focuses one person, start jumping on it to try to also prevent him from finishing that person so you have a longer
I don't know that's gonna
longevity.
happen.
Do you think it has the same effect if you kicked it in the nuts, like when a guy gets hit in the nuts? Do you think it's
That's
the same?
interesting. I would imagine
Have you ever seen a bear sack itself?
You're trying to get to the silverback's nuts? Good luck. I guess you could surround it. Someone's got to be behind
I
it.
still want to see a grizzly bear versus a silverback.
That's always the hottest take.
like
I
life
still
or
don't
death.
know what... I think I'm leaning grizzly bear.
I would usually throw tiger into the mix.
Tiger's getting whooped by both.
Tiger versus gorilla versus bear. Do you think it's like a rock paper scissors thing?
No, I think Tiger gets whooped by both. And it's between the silverback and the grizzly. Only reason I think the grizzly one is he's got fucking razors on his hands.
Yo, do you think a grizzly easily dispatches like a 20-foot alligator?
Yes. Only because it can if it manages to put its hand on the alligator's mouth.
He's not clenching his fucking mouth though. They don't even have thumbs, bro. You gonna fucking pancake it?
Gorillas?
Did you say gorilla?
I said bear. I said
Yeah, you
grizzly.
said grizzly.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I misunderstood. Okay.
I don't know because I've seen like a jaguar catch one out of the water.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
jaguars are
You-
smarter than a bear.
Is that true? Do we know that?
I would say so.
I think it's just a different hunting, like because they hunt them. Like I don't know how many environments there are that alligators and bears are in the same thing.
I think it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that. Because I always think of bears in woodsy
Probably
areas.
nowhere.
Yeah, and crocodiles are.
You know there's bears in Florida?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't know. I never really
No,
thought
'cause
about that.
I feel like they're not in that kind of hot climate. They would
Tropical
die.
weather, yeah.
They would.
What do you mean? It gets pretty hot here.
Yeah, but they probably move up north.
They fly. They fly south.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
But-
actually.
I don't know.
I don't even know if a bear's seen out. He probably. What the fuck is that?
That's a fucking dinosaur. That's a fucking dinosaur.
And then the alligator's looking back and be like, "That's a big dog."
Yeah. Yeah, they both get freaked out. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't know about easily disposed, but I think the bear disposes of the crocodile.
How like its skin is tough, bro.
It does have fucking armor for sure, but like bears are also like their like bone density is so high.
Yeah,
I think it was less
their
Stroud.
their skeletons are basically
Yo,
armor.
do you think
Someone
an
was
anaconda could kill a grizzly if it got? I think it all depends on the
Whoa.
scenario, right? Like if it gets the rap, I think it doesn't matter. It's done.
I think
The only way it's happening is if that bear's in the water.
yeah, I think a grizzly.
If that bear's in the water, the anaconda's got him. But if it's on land, that anaconda doesn't have a fucking chance.
Yeah, I think a bear is just too
Well,
big
anacondas
and
don't
muscular.
move fast. Well, I mean,
I think they do actually.
but they're so big, like they're so
Yeah.
heavy.
The other thing too is a bear's gonna paw everything in front of it, and like I said, it's got fucking razors
It's
on its
just-
hand. The first thing it's gonna do is like, whoa! And then just boom, that thing's fucking dead.
Dude,
It'll just swat.
I think it'll just cut open the anaconda just from its claws.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like,
One swipe.
but
The
also it's such a tank. It's like trying to stop. I guess my analogy would be trying to stop a remote control car with an elastic band. Like, it's gonna provide some resistance, but eventually, like that bear will just tank through anything the anaconda is trying to do to it. I don't think an anaconda is strong enough for a bear.
I think. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not. We're not pros. By the way, we're just speculating. On
I'm a
assumptions.
professional. I'm a professional.
I've watched enough YouTube videos.
I'm a professional at this. I remember when I was a young kid, maybe like a young teenager. Back when E-Bombs World was the shit. I saw this picture of the remains of a guy from a bear attack, and you can only speculate what happened, but the only thing, there was a fucking bloody mess on the floor, and one of his legs was still standing, like ripped off like just above the calf.
Jesus.
And again, I could be wrong, but I could just imagine the bear probably just swiped him so fucking clean that it just took his leg off, his leg standing there, and he just fucking got obliterated. Obviously, the bear probably went after his body afterwards, but like the fact that his leg was still standing in its spot, I'm telling you, that the power and just danger behind one swipe from a bear.
Yo, what about a rhino?
Ooh, versus what?
I've seen a rhino versus an elephant, and it got rocked.
Okay, but the elephant's so big.
So
Yes.
big, yeah.
Like rhino's got like its skin is like 2 inches thick.
They're fucking tanks. They're literal
Like
tanks.
literally tanks.
Yeah. Rhino versus a hippo? How do you see that going?
I think the hippo.
Because if the hippo tries to clamp its face, though, it's getting spiked right through its head.
Yo, then it turns into a rhino, bro. Then it's like a hippo wearing.
Yo,
a rhino costume.
Whoa!
I feel like a rhino is just a land hippo. Because hippos are very aquatic.
That's true.
Yeah, Rippo.
A
It's a
rippo.
Rippopotamus.
Whoa. Is that like when a hippo takes like a big rip on a bomb?
It's a
I'm
Rippopotamus.
a Rippopotamus.
Yo, why didn't we ever think
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah. Fuck.
That's a
I'm
good
getting
one.
Ripple with my Zippo later. Fuck.
Leave it to the ganja father.
Is that what we call you in Easter? Should we call you that?
That's, yeah. I think that's what we should.
Yeah. So, sorry, did you decide what you're going to put into the competition of
You're right. Yeah. No.
man versus animal or whatever it was?
I would. Even though you said yours is like explicit and like you're allowed to get violent and shit, I'm not picking anything violent because I think any animal's gonna like fuck me up. I'd probably do like a soccer match against a fucking ostrich. Because it'd be probably pretty close. I might lose. I'm not good at soccer. I'm not good. But I'd pick something like along those lines.
Okay.
Like a sport with like a.
Yo, I would
An
do.
animal.
I would do. Because I don't know if I could. Like, I'd be nervous. I would do. You know, like those like 10 or 15-foot dives against like a penguin. And like, you know where they judge your
Oh,
dives.
penguin's a good one to have a competition.
Yo, but the penguin could go fucking back up. You see them like jump onto icebergs and stuff? 'Cause
Yo,
they, like,
15 feet?
bro, probably higher.
You know what I'd like to
They
see?
swim so fast on the water, they jump up onto the icebergs. Like, yo, you're gonna lose. If you're gonna jump in and back out, you're losing. You're 100% losing.
Yeah, you are. It's also
No
built
way
better.
you top
It's
that.
built better than you. Yo, you know what I'd like to see? You versus an animal. I would like to see you having an underwater breathing competition against any fish.
That just dies. That's crazy. What do you pick? What are you doing?
I personally would be down to fight.
You these guys fighting shit.
Yeah,
What?
I would,
What
I'd
are
be
you
down
fighting?
hold. Calm the fuck down. I'm still getting
very
there.
interested.
I'm gonna fight a goldfish.
Boxing close.
Boxing match.
What if you lost?
You said it's gonna be close. I know my risk.
This guy slips on the water.
It's underwater, so I have to kill it before I run out of air.
Okay,
In
here's
a
the question.
in a closed tank?
Yeah.
In a closed tank,
And
and bare hands, do you think you could kill a goldfish?
Yes, because every 3 seconds it forgets that we're in a fight.
I don't think you could.
No, I didn't think you could catch it.
I don't think you could kill it. I think you lose that fight.
I can't grab it, right? I have to.
How long can you hold your
Even
breath?
if you could try and grab it, I don't think you get it.
How long can you hold your breath underwater?
5 seconds.
Like really, like if you had to, like
I could-
45 minutes?
I could do over a minute. I think my highest was close to 2. But that's me just holding my breath. If I'm fucking moving in there, 30
Yeah,
seconds.
adrenaline changes things.
30 seconds, 40 seconds tops.
No, I gotta put a more realistic thing.
Do you think you could... I think we talked about this when we were talking about shooting fish in a barrel or whatever. Do you think you could fight a fish underwater?
No.
No.
Do you think you could like even
No,
kill a fish
because you
underwater?
can't even move fast enough.
Yeah, you can't
Bro,
do
a gun
shit.
couldn't kill it. Like, unless you're right in front of it, a gun's not going to kill you
Yeah,
underwater.
mostly, yeah.
There's no way my fist is faster. I mean, maybe, but...
Yeah, I don't know. See, I think I would try to race something.
You'd race?
Probably.
What do you race?
Like what,
I'm
a
trying to think of really slow animal that's not overly slow. Like a turtle's unfair. I'll beat a turtle.
Like
I think
you
they can move pretty fast if they had to.
versus-
Not a sloth. That's too easy.
You versus like a sheep?
Yo,
I think-
no,
That's
no,
like a decent rate.
no,
That's
it's
a decent
four-legged.
rate.
No, I think-
It's
I think-
four-legged. I would lose for
I think
sure.
a sheep would crush.
Yeah, a sheep would crush me.
I don't know. I think you could catch a sheep. I think you could catch a sheep.
Okay, I'll race
A
sheep.
goat might be a little harder, but a sheep, I think you could catch a sheep.
A goat's slick, where a sheep has a lot of resistance because of that fluff.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you guys ready for this?
No.
Apparently...
How fast can a sheep go?
oh, this is turtles in water.
Oh,
Why-
yeah, those
why-
fuckers
like,
are fast.
Yeah, fucking 30 miles an hour. That's like...
30
I thought-
miles. Race a raccoon. That's a good one.
I'd race a raccoon.
I think they're quick. They're agile.
I think you beat a raccoon.
Yeah. Depends. Like, did this raccoon go into my dumpster? Because the ones that have been going to my dumpster are actually pretty slim. Because they're also running from foxes 24/7.
Mm.
Those ones are agile. But one of those fat raccoons, like around my mom's house, from eating all the leftover pierogies in the garbage.
Definitely.
Yo,
There are
I-
some, there are some
size.
turtles that can go 3 miles an hour.
3?
Yeah. So it'd be like a...
That's pretty fast.
No.
What if it was
No,
long?
you crush
What if
that.
I think the longer the race goes, the closer it gets?
No, because I think you're going to put so much distance in between in the beginning.
If a turtle,
No, this guy. That's
There you
literally the whole concept of the race, the hare and the tortoise.
I was about to say, if a tortoise.
No, I think
can
yeah. I think you give me any distance, I'm crushing a turtle.
any distance
Any.
around the world,
I'll crush the turtle. Like, I'll physically crush the
like
turtle. and I'll stop the race.
triathlon. Like it can also bike when you bike,
yeah.
but water
Okay,
it swims.
you know what? I'm gonna switch my thing. I'm gonna do a gymnastics routine against the ferret.
I think
Oh,
the bear
ferret will
fuck
crush
you
you.
up.
I think it'll be tough. I think it'll be really.
Have you seen
be a
it
hard
go
match.
through like those like little like tunnels that are like almost like slinkies? They fucking pounce through.
Yeah,
that
no,
shit.
I'm not saying I'm gonna win, but I'm saying I think that's a good competition.
You will break your back. I've seen you try to.
Yeah,
I've seen you
will
just
break
trying
my
to
back.
show your gymnastics
I
to
will break my
like
back.
a little girl, and you got rocked.
I think I
You
could
broke your
cartwheel
back.
better than a ferret.
No.
I think like that's where I'm gonna win.
I don't actually.
I don't think a carrot could carrot. I don't think a carrot could cartwheel either. But I don't think a
No,
ferret.
I've
no,
seen-
I think you could if you threw it right. I think a carrot could do a
Yeah.
sick cartwheel. A carrot wheel.
Like, does a ferret have assistance doing this cartwheel?
No, what the hell? Then I get assistance for one cartwheel.
I think it'll still beat you if it has assistance.
Yeah, obviously because it has assistance.
And if you have
Yo,
assistance as well,
What if it did?
Maybe.
it'll beat you.
Do you think you could do a better backflip? Yeah, actually no doubt.
But a backflip, I'm gonna break
No.
my neck. 100%.
That's in a gymnastics routine.
Yeah, but I'm just not gonna do the backflip.
And then you lose.
I'm gonna do a cartwheel, maybe like a front tuck.
Oh, dude, this ferret's crushing you.
I don't know. Might spin on my
Yeah,
head a little
I think
bit.
a turtle would be better in an acrobatics.
Yo, you wouldn't try like a kissing competition versus an emu?
No, I wouldn't.
You'd lose. Loser.
I think I would lose. I think chicks would want to kiss the emu more than me.
You're basically an emu.
They might be confused on which one's
But
the
I'm like
emu.
the low class emu. I'm like.
That's someone
They'll
that.
be like, which one's Lee? Which one's
That's
the emu?
Emus are the one with the yeah.
with the hair. It's so stupid.
Man versus beast. The
It's me
emo.
versus an emo. They're the beast. Yo, what if Man vs. Beast was just like average guys versus like really fat people?
What? The same ones like hot dog eating contests. They're like, what the fuck is this?
That'd be so funny. Oh,
But like
man.
average people. Yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. The whole concept of like humans as long distance hunters.
Yes, once upon a time, yes, but I think if you do that now,
There's still people who do it now.
yeah, okay, Kenya wins. The rest of us ain't doing no fucking.
Can I what?
Kenya? Oh, Kenya?
Yo, can you pass me another
Can you pass me Vizzy?
a green truly?
You got it.
So. Yeah, that is true.
Oh,
we do have better stamina than most animals.
Yeah. Absolutely. Every animal, really.
So what is the debate here?
I don't think there is one.
You were saying no. I don't think that's the case.
No, I'm just saying I think overall as a
That's
human
fucking
species,
lying.
I think overall as a human species, we don't. So
Yeah, because
much.
America.
Yeah. Yeah.
America.
It's because we don't need to do it anymore, so we don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd get too distracted halfway through.
Before we run out of time, I don't know what time it is, but like I want to get to this before we run out of time.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the Glock Dookie?
No.
No?
No, but you have my attention.
Absolutely. The Glock Dookie is this thing that happens in jail where a group of guys, let's say we're in jail and Matt and I decide we're gonna Glock Dookie Lucas. So Matt and I would jump Lucas, pin him down. Matt spreads Lucas's ass cheeks and spits on his ass. That way, when you're taken to the medic or the infirmary, whatever it is, and they Lucas got jumped and they test you out and they find another man's DNA on your butthole, whether it's spit or not, as long as there's another man's DNA in a sexual area of yours, they have to call it rape. So then that gets put into like your documents or whatever, and now you have this reputation. Everyone's like, Lucas got raped. When nothing ever happened. No, that didn't happen. Maybe we punched you in the head and we just spat in your butthole, but now you've got that rep. So like they do that to stick it to people. Like everyone thinks you got raped. Everyone thinks you got raped. Like you're a bitch now. This and that. Like it's a whole jail.
It's like real cooties.
Basically, and it's called the Glock Dookie.
Where did you
Why?
hear this?
One of my coworkers.
What's their fact?
So I have heard of that thing before, but I didn't know it was called. But I knew it was a thing.
I've never even heard that before.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew it was a thing in jail for sure. And he's like, oh yeah, and he was telling me about it. He's like, it's fucked up. Like they do this thing in jail. I was like, oh, do you know why they do that? And he was like, no. And I told him, oh, it's because of the rape thing. So it's that you
Have the status on you.
Exactly. And he was like, oh, well, do you know what it's called? And I was like, no, I didn't know the name for it. He's
Glock
like,
Dookie.
the Glock Dookie.
Why is it? What does the Glock have to do?
I don't know
what
what
spit the bullet.
I guess.
Of your Glock?
Yeah, maybe the Glock Dookie. So
Very interesting.
I don't think it's fair that criminals exclusively get to use this fantastic term. So I've decided I'm just gonna start using it.
To do it though, like the same action.
Maybe. I told Emma that one day. I was like, yo, it's like at work we were talking about this, whatever. And she's like, well, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah. So you trying to get that Glock Dookie? And she's like, get the fuck away from me. And I was like, okay. But I made a bet at work that if I explained it, one of you would use that in a sexual context, and I bet that you would. So don't let me down.
Here's an interesting.
Like you'd
thing.
go to Christine, like, yeah, you trying to get that Glock Dookie?
I would probably use it, but I wouldn't explain to her what it is.
Perfect.
It's even better.
But the thing is, like, obviously, I'm not gonna include the part where now she says that she's got raped, right? That's kind of fucked up. I don't want to Glock Dookie anyone.
No, that part doesn't translate to.
Can it be
That's
consensual?
that part is
That's
exclusive
the prison.
to prison.
That's the prison.
Is there a different
That's
name
the-
for it if it's consensual? Is it like a pistol
No,
ruckus?
but Glock Nookie's
Sorry, what is it? Is it Glock?
Glock Dookie.
Glock Dookie.
So if it's consensual, is it more like pistol poopy?
Nah,
That was weak too.
it's got to be like.
Pistol bruckus.
No, it's still Glock Dookie. It's got to be Glock Dookie. It's like one of the most brilliant names ever.
I'm gonna Google this quickly.
It's a good combination of words.
Glock Dookie. Like it just rolls off the tongue. It's satisfying to say.
There's a song that came out in 2022 by Big Yeti called Glock Dookie.
Is it about that?
No, I don't know.
You'd think they'd be able to figure out a way to stop all that shit. Like stop people from doing it.
Or catching on where they realize that people are getting Glock Dookie. We can't really be
We can't
giving
call
him
it
a title of being raped because obviously you're kind of... If you continue letting it happen, where calling it the title, you're almost I don't want to say you're encouraging it because that's not your intention.
Yeah.
But you know now that people are doing it under the intent of giving this title. So
But
it's
also,
kinda
like,
Okay, so
how many times do you think they're spitting his ass again? Like, huh? Like, it's probably got to happen a lot for it to have
But
a
I
reputation.
think
People know about it.
I think the problem is that how are you going to differentiate if someone got spit or actually.
I think you could tell.
Yeah, I think doctors can tell if there's actually been penetration. Obviously, like there's been.
And there's
So
big difference
yeah,
between semen and spit.
apparently, though, Glock Dookie is technically a thing where it's like a shampoo bottle filled of like semen, blood, vomit, shit, urine, that, and then they use it and like squirt it on like the correctional officers and shit. But there's even
That's
additional rumors
disgusting.
that sometimes it's preferred to have it filled with people who have HIV.
Oh no!
That's fucked.
See, I think
That's fucked.
that terminology makes more Glock because you're actually
And
using it as a
it's-
projectile.
No, you fact check this guy.
I gotta
Follow
fact
him
check.
out.
Yeah.
No, we're fact checking Lee.
I'm
Lee's the one who
gonna
encouraged.
fire him. I'm gonna fire him.
Yeah, good call.
In this
Yeah,
whole
he probably saw it in an Instagram reel and then said like, "Did you know this?" Didn't even do any additional research. And you fell for it, bro.
I did fall for it. I did fall.
fell
I
for
was just in
misinformation.
love with the word Glock Dookie and just the idea of these thugs and gangsters doing this shit. It's hilarious. But if anything, this just enriches.
Wait,
the
why
conversation.
doesn't this happen? Do you think this happens in the you know, the crime that are more like
theft,
like tax evasion?
like tax?
Do you think they get Glock Dookie?
The poor tax evader got Glock Dookie. Yeah, fuck, maybe.
And the embezzlement guys.
Punishment fits the crime.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But that's that's the thing. Is like when it happens, like, it's got a rep. So obviously, like, you know, you and I beat up Lucas, throw him on the ground. As soon as he feels pants, like no,
Yeah.
and all your me going hawking that loogie. No, and then dooey, boom. I've been Glock Dookied.
Do you think
I
it's
wouldn't
worse
even-
if
I
it goes
wouldn't
right
even-
in the butthole?
Yeah, it's probably like cold. Like a little.
But they go to
Like the first time you.
Yeah,
use
why
it,
don't they just clench it so it can't go inside? You think it makes a difference?
They're not ready, man. You're shocked.
I guess the part where they go
I don't know.
to the I guess medical center to get tested because they got beat up.
Yeah.
That's why they get tested. Because
Yeah.
the way you said it at first, they just get held down. That happens. Like, I wouldn't admit it. Then.
No, yeah.
I'll just shower it
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
and
no,
I'm like,
Do you
"Oh,
think
well."
they? Do you think like they're more ashamed to tell them that happened? What did happen? They spit in my bum hole.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. But do you think they're
Like,
like?
then you're like, there's no way that's all that happened.
No, it is. That's it.
Yeah.
But like, do you think like obviously in a situation like that, like it's terrifying, and these guys beat you up, they pull your pants down, they got your ass spread. Do you think like the guy spits, and then they leave? That the guy's like, thank God that was it. Like they gotta be relieved that that's all that happened.
Maybe, yeah.
They've gotta be.
Maybe.
Because there's no way you're like, I would have preferred the real thing. Like,
Unless, you know, maybe that person is favoring that sexual interaction, then maybe.
that's true. That's fair.
Or but yeah, he's a little
is
disappointed.
this what they use to get back at the people who like, cause you know, like they don't get the satisfaction of forcing it upon someone who wants it. So like, you know what, you're not gonna get it. Instead, you're gonna get
It's a little,
loogie.
it's a little tease.
a little loogie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
very fascinating.
Kind of leave them wanting more.
Criminals are smarter than I thought.
I mean, I don't think any non-criminal would come up with a Glock Dookie.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You guys haven't
Fine.
watched good enough porn.
I was watching that B class shit. Never the A tier. One of the things that probably shouldn't have been mentioned, but like my coworker told me to, watch the movie American Me. Okay. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I don't know. What
One of my coworkers tells me, he's like, you know, like, he's like, it's really hard to watch porn these days. And I was like,
that's
okay.
a weird. That's a
I was like,
conversation in
okay,
itself is like,
where's this going? He's like, you know, like every time I try to watch porn, there's always an ad with the tranny on at the beginning. He's like, I always see like this hot chick, this hot chick, and then boom, there's the dick. Like, and I was like,
It's like
It's targeted ads.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, this is. You're setting yourself up here, bud.
yeah, you know
Setting
why?
yourself up here.
He's probably clicked one of them just to see.
Oh, definitely.
Just.
I mean,
So I always start to ask him the question. I'm like, were they hot? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, ah. He's like, yeah. It's like looks like a hot chick, and then they got a big dick, and I'm like, well, yeah.
So what if
So
they
I
were?
get you.
Yeah, like then it's like maybe they got the dick after.
I had a
Come on.
I had a coworker who also had talked about similar. I guess not. It wasn't porn related, but they were talking about how on Instagram Reels they started getting a lot on their Explore about like midgets having OnlyFans and stuff, and like a lot of them, it's like these midgets, like, they're good looking for a midget. This is their quotes. I'm not this. It's like, they're super hot. It's actually surprising, but I keep getting them now. I'm like, you know what's. And
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said this when there was like two other people where I'm like, you know what's targeted advertisement, right? And then he like looked at me, he's like almost like I was could you tell?
He's like, bro, cut it.
The pro code. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you
But
doing?
then I got one and I was like, oh my god, dude, the iPhone reading me out my targeted advertisement.
Yo, so did you highlight it and say like show fewer content like this?
Show more.
So this was a hot take at work. One of my employees was saying that she-male porn is arguably straighter than straight porn because
It's
it's
a dude with boobs.
it's a chick doing
It's basically like a
No.
It's basically-
permanent
it's-
strap-on.
No.
exactly,
No.
but it's like it's basically one chick
No.
with a wiener doing another
Okay,
chick, whereas the other one is a straight guy.
yeah, but straighter porn would be straight porn. Male and female is what if that's what you consider straight porn. Anything
Yeah,
outside
maybe-
those borders
how do you
is
know-
less
how do you know-
straight.
Is a she-male identify as a male or?
Yeah, interesting.
And is she-male considered like a derogatory term now?
I don't know, probably.
But in the way that their scale is going, I understand where their head's at. But that's like
There's more
saying,
women.
That's like saying lesbian porn's more straight than straight porn. That's not true.
No, but it's
Because there's more women.
It's a
But
bit
is it?
unique because the she-male. Okay, here's the thing: is she-male used to determine someone who is transitioned and like what they were before and what they are now?
I have no idea. I think she-male's an outdated
Like, do they
term.
call them
I don't think-
he-girls?
He-man.
That's just a guy.
I know.
Don't they call them like lady boys or something like that?
Yeah. So
Femboy.
no, but then
Femboy.
that's the same as she-male.
Oh,
I
no,
think.
like lady.
No.
Yes.
So it'd have to be the male part comes first. Assuming that they change.
Yeah,
That's how.
maybe.
Like that's what I interpret it.
So
right?
it'd be boy
Is
she?
that how it went or no?
I
Is
don't.
it the
I
other
have
way?
no idea.
Or is like a she-male just? Is there like a? Does it matter which way? You know what I mean?
It's all a conundrum, man. I don't know the direction that this stuff works in.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't heard that term in a very long time.
It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. I didn't think anything of it until you called me out and you're like, is that derogatory? I'm like, oh, fucking
It might be now. It might be.
It's probably a superhero name now, though. Like She-Hulk and She-Male? I'd watch that. Team up.
Shamal.
It's just a black guy. Just,
Is that Darth Maul?
what up?
No, it's the female.
The female
Shamal. Yo.
Shamal Moore.
What's Darth Maul's brother's name again?
He has a brother?
Yeah. Something completely different. Like it's not
Eric.
even, not that.
Wait,
related.
because is Maul his name?
No. No.
Yeah.
It's like how the other guy's Darth Sidious and he's Darth Vader. It's
no,
his.
It's his Sith name.
Thank you. Yes, I couldn't think of Sith. It's his Sith name. What's his real name then? Jonathan Quinby.
Okay, there we go. Darth Maul's brother is Savage, Savage Opress.
Savage booty clap.
Do they tell you what Darth Maul's real name is?
No, but they're calling him Darth Maul because he's a
Yo, Darthimus
Dathomirian. He's a Dathomirian, and Darth Maul's real name, mother of Talzin. Okay, he was raised as Darth Maul.
What
He
the heck?
carried it throughout
So
his
his
life.
parents were like, "Hey, Darth Maul."
It was insinuated that he was born Maul before attaining the honor of Darth as the title. So his name is Maul, as I've said.
Yo, Darth is a weird word.
Because it means what was it? Because Vader means father. That's how you knew that Darth Vader was ultimately Luke Skywalker's like thing. If German, Vader means father.
So wait, what did the Jedis get to be called?
Jedi.
Just guys.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's lame. I see why Anakin chose the dark side.
Yeah.
Sounds cooler over there.
Darth simply means Dark Lord.
Ah. Dark Lord Father. So extra.
What if he was Vader Darth?
Didn't Count Dooku have like a cool name that like an old
Yeah, Glock Dooku.
Why was he a count?
Yeah, I don't know. He had a cool Sith name and I forget what it was. Count Dooku is
Count Dookie.
Count Dookie would be pretty sick.
Count Dookus. Well, I put Count Dookus. It's just Count Dookus. Dooku's Sith name.
The smell of this drink is...
Oh yes, Darth Tyrannus.
That's
what it is.
Tyrannus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was always cool because it reminded me, obviously, Tyrannosaurus Rex, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a sick one.
I mean, but what I admired
Weren't
about...
the dinosaurs were named after him, right?
Yeah.
Darth Tyrannus?
Because at the beginning it says a long, long time ago in the Galaxy Park, so it was before the dinosaurs, so they named it after Darth Tyrannus. That's a fact.
And it was because he just wrecked stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Tyrannus Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrannus Rex, yeah, absolutely.
And then he got beheaded by Anakin.
Yep.
Fucking crushed.
Right.
I haven't seen those in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't really care to see them because it's one of those things, as you're saying, like, yeah, like, let's invest, let's watch the Star Wars series. And as soon as I start watching, like, it's like, oh, I have to watch all
Did I
of
say
it.
that?
No, like how you were saying, like the whole thing where it's like you get excited for like planets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Every
example.
time, like even like trilogies, like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, Harry Potter, I'm like, yo, like I want to watch it, but as soon as I start putting time to watch them, like it's
You
like
know what? That
I'm always
actually
hyped for
happened to
Rings.
me yesterday. Nikki and I, mid deck builder, a Marvel one, we're just like, I'm tired. Let's just go to bed. I'm tired. We just stopped.
Yeah, shit happens.
I've never I'm gonna be a first. Like here, we've had one end because it was like really late.
Yeah.
Not like to the point that we were like looking at our cards, just like, oh,
Don't want to do this.
yeah, I don't want my turn. Like I don't want to even do my turn.
Do you guys like word games like Scrabble and shit?
Yeah, I fuck with Scrabble.
I've only played it twice.
So we got this new one called Upwards. Yo, it's fucking sick. It's like Scrabble, except you can stack your tiles on other people's words so that you can start to build up as
that's
well.
cool.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. I recommend it. It's a fun game. If you like word game like that.
I do like that.
Sick.
Do the words go outwards?
No, just upwards.
What about inwards?
It's not called out. It's not called outwards or inwards. It's just upwards.
Not inwards?
Nope. You can't do that. It's cheating. You were gonna say?
No, I was just saying that I feel like board games in general, like stuff like that, have started making a comeback. 'Cause, like all my groups of friends now have been into some sort of board game. For us, it's been deck building.
Before we did the deck builder at my place that week, Lance was saying before COVID, he was actually like he'd go to like weekly meets and people would have. But he's like the only problem was if they played a game that like you'd never seen and because I think it was like a similar genre all the time. So he's like, a bunch of these people may have played this, and then you're like the new person trying to figure it out. He's like, feels kind of shitty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially if I feel like it's a nightmare trying to learn new board games because I'm one of those people like, you're going to explain the shit out of a board game to me, I need to see it be played a little bit first.
Yeah, let's have a Risk night.
Yo, Risk, I'm so down for Risk.
Yeah, Risk though is like,
So fun.
it could be like not even a one nighter. Like that could be like
It could be like a week-long game.
Risk?
Great, yeah.
It could be.
Which one's Risk?
Where you're taking over the map.
Lee has
the
the
Game of
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones one.
Like Catan?
I
Somewhere?
never played Catan, to be honest, so I don't know.
Really?
I've never played.
Catan sucks. It's
Catan's
probably one of
actually,
the
no,
shittiest
Catan's actually
games.
pretty sick.
Shittiest
Very
games I've ever played.
The beginning is very strategic.
Nightmare.
Because when Em and I were looking for a board game for us to play, because she's kind of over the deck building shit. So we went to Indigo and I was like, let's find a game that you want to play and we can.
You should Google it, bro. You should went to like Board Game Geeks.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, and they rate all kind of
okay.
the top games.
Yeah, I should do that. But we're looking there, and that's where we found Upwards. We're like, yeah, let's get this one. But I think maybe you and I have talked about it, but there's that Villainous game. Maybe we haven't. It just seems because there's like a whole bunch of different variations. There's like a Disney Villainous. There's like a where it's like Disney villains, and there's like Marvel Villainous, and like a bunch of things. It seems like a deck builder. I don't really know, but it looked really interesting. I was like, I want to get this, but like we're so deep in deck builders right now that like I don't want to add a new one right now because like we got the Marvel one, the DC one, the fucking Annihilation one. Like I can't.
Doomlings.
Doomlings, yeah. Maybe one day I'll get it. But
Yeah,
cool.
even there's one that's like the OG of the style that we play. I was looking it up, and they were like, this was like the first of its kind.
Oh,
it's called
really?
Dominion, and it's basically like
I know that name.
it's like the one we play is like derived from these, but those ones are very like simplistic because it was like the first ones that ever came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like Gloomhaven. I've heard Gloomhaven is sick. It's long. It's like a couple hours, but it was an adaptation of a game that apparently was like fucking perfect. It's like it's similar to, it's like a D&D style, but apparently like the there's a video game I don't know which way it went, if it was a board game first and then they made the game or vice versa, but it's like it's perfectly a sync. Like if you went to play one after playing the other, you're like, oh, these are like the exact same kind of game.
I would love like many D&D games that you can play that can finish within 2 hours.
Well, what about the drinking one we played? That one was pretty jokes.
Fuck, that one was intense.
I don't recall. Maybe I got too drunk.
Yeah, it was.
You were here though. He was here though, right?
Yeah, he played. Yeah, he played.
Emma played with us too.
It was intense. It was a lot of fucking drinking.
It was a lot of fun.
It was.
It's like a very good entry into D&D because the D&D components aren't very complicated.
Yeah.
But it's enough that you have to roll the dice to attack and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's for anyone who's interested. James Anarchy's the maker of it. But yeah, like, because everyone had like a class ability, and someone had the one where it's like you could make someone. There's like 4 acts in the game, and you could make someone chug their drink once an act. It was like
that was me. I was the Yeti.
You don't remember that?
None of what you're saying sounds
maybe
familiar.
it'll be the next one we have to play.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah. None of what you're saying sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
You don't remember? Remember it.
No, he has to remember.
Oh, remember?
I told you that I got it from my mom, eh? My mom is the one who says remember
You
still.
did.
Yo, you haven't said it in a long time. Or maybe you just haven't said remember.
No, I've been conscious of trying
You
not
say
to
Remembrance Day?
You don't notice that every time he talks like he's like, "Hey guys, remember when we really struggles to say it?"
I try really hard not to make errors.
Yeah. Well, try harder.
No, I'm trying my best. It just doesn't come out right.
Try harder.
I always fuck it up.
Well,
that's okay.
I'm trying to think, has there been anything... I haven't really followed the news at all this week. Has there been anything...
The aliens.
The aliens Mexico thing is...
Dude.
Is it Mexico?
So, what blows my mind about that is when they open the box and those quote-unquote aliens are exposed, to me it's like, sorry, these are 1,000 years old? Do you guys not try to preserve these things? Like, it's just like in like almost like a regular casket.
maybe that's what they put in for showing. Because like for it to look like that after 1,000 years is not bad. 1,000 years?
It literally looks like clumps of sand formed into a shape of something.
That's pretty good for a cake.
Do you believe it? Do you believe that those are real?
I'll be honest, I don't care.
Yeah.
The so many people were debunking it on /r/aliens, saying there's no fucking way.
That's a hot take, yo. Maybe we should do that as a...
That could be a good...
That could be the before we're thankful. What are we ordering tonight?
What do you suggest?
What do you suggest? Are there any
Oh,
suggestions?
yo, Carl, you get to choose what we eat today.
Whoa, no. He doesn't just get to choose.
Clocky dookies.
You can make a suggestion.
Yeah, you can make a suggestion.
And then we'll decide from there.
And the winning viewer, if we pick their suggestion, they get like a shout out on the next episode.
Boom.
I know Lee's craving special.
Don't do that.
I don't think white people
that.
restaurants are open this late.
Thank God. You give me that roast chicken call, you know what happens, man. I get.
What about like a cauliflower bite?
God.
Yo, did you just cut yourself or something?
Yeah, I'm starting to bleed.
What the hell?
Holy
What the hell happened?
Fuck, dude.
I just got really emotional, so I started to bleed. No, I picked a scalp.
No. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
so
yo,
Carl's not getting shut up.
sorry, yo, speaking of which.
That's for sure.
I don't know if I told you guys this on the last episode. Yo, Nikki is like... Blade is like the sickest Marvel character. I was like, Blade is so badass.
People have been sleeping on Blade.
Wesley Snipes is...
People have been sleeping on
I've never
Blade.
watched Blade.
Oh, dude. Okay, when you watch the movies, because again, it's 1999...
I'm not gonna watch
It's
them.
very,
You gotta
like,
take
some of
the
the fight scenes are kind of like, there's... Some of them are so exaggerated that it's like almost funny, because it's like... And the effects are like...
So I'm not watching
the
it.
90s.
I'm not watching
No,
it.
it's still...
But his character is sick.
He's cool.
He's fucking funny.
You can tell he's becoming a thing, because like, I've seen a lot of Blade memes, like, recently.
Well, wasn't he brought up in Spider-Man? At the end of Spider-Man? Was
No.
it the end of Spider-Man?
No, spoilers.
He was brought up at the end of Eternals.
Oh, maybe that's it.
But
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes Blade?
No.
Just Blade.
Because they're obviously...
But they were gonna play it.
Who is it?
It was
I
gonna be
think
the guy
it's
from
from
Alita
Green
Battle
Mile?
Angel.
Green Mile?
Fucking dude.
The black guy from Alita Battle Angel.
Green Mile, no. No.
what's
But
that?
you're right. Yes, the
Oh.
black guy from Alita Battle Angel. His name, I forget his name. It's a very African sounding name. Is that bad for me to say?
I mean, he looks like
He looks like he looks
he
like
looks like
he
he could suit it. Yeah.
He looks like he could.
Oh no, not the Green Mile. That's
So
I
Ryan
think that'd
Reynolds
be
was in
different
Blade
movie.
as well.
Yes, he was.
In the first one,
The third one.
there's 3, and Netflix is only 2.
Yeah, there's 3.
So
Blade
he's like,
Trinity is I think what it was called.
it's like in Terminator, where it was like the Sarah Connor. He's like the Sarah Connor of Blade, if I understand correctly. Does he have any superpowers?
No.
He's just protected by Blade.
I only see the first one. Sorry, the third one once. No, he was just like he was almost like
who I
Deadpool,
thought, who I
but
thought
in that.
would have been a sick Blade is the guy from he played in. Oh god, now I gotta do like a connection because I don't remember what the series was called. Okay,
Michael
True
J.
Detective,
White?
the third series, the third season.
It is him.
That's the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's who I yeah.
Yeah.
What's that movie he won? Maybe they didn't win, but it was like an Oscar-nominated movie. I
Oh,
thought it was the Green, but it's something. The Green something.
Not the Green Knight.
That's not even a movie.
What?
His
Green
name's
Knight?
actually Christopherson. Chris Christopherson.
Who?
I don't know who he's talking about, but
Who's he talking about?
Chris Christopherson is a hilarious ass name. Or is it Chris Christopherson?
Yeah, I think it's Chris Christopherson.
Not Christopherson?
No.
I think Christopherson's cooler.
That is kind of cool. That is kind of cool. But
How do you know though? Because if he
I
didn't have the Chris in front, he'd be Topherson.
Or Tofferson. There's this meme going around, like, I don't know, you see the video, it's like some lady and she's like dancing, like, really, like, kind of silly. But, like, the Blade meme was like...
like the well, gonna be your R&B dance instructor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
understand
lady.
now.
And then the old guy in Blade, the guy who raised him.
Mahershala Ali.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely could be a sick
He said he
Blade.
could be a sick Blade. But yeah, the Blade meme that I saw, it's like that girl dance, she's like, when Blade shows up to the club, but you're too busy dancing to notice. And it reminds me of like the club scenes in Blade. Like,
their jokes is fun.
I think I saw the exact same meme, but it was just John Wick instead.
Green Book is the movie I was thinking of.
Is he's in that?
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
It was like a Oscar nominee movie, I think. Yeah. Oh, but he's kind of old now.
I don't.
He's
I think
49.
it was rumors that he was Blade. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but they did.
Oh, so Chris Christopherson. That is how you say it.
Whack.
Yeah. Whistler? Is that his name? Is his name Whistler in the movie? I just watched it too. The old white guy. Is it Whistler?
Oh, in the
Is it
I don't
Whistler?
know. I haven't seen it forever. I can't even tell you.
Okay, what are we thankful for?
Fuck, is it?
I'm
that
thankful
time?
for Blade.
Well, what are we having for? What are we getting after? Not Swish LA. Not Swish.
I
LA.
think
Yo,
we need
but
more brainstorming time.
On the Switch, on
Fair,
the
true,
Swish
that's
LA
fair.
thing, I could go for some chicken. I didn't have chicken this week.
Yeah, I'm always game for chicken. I'm always
Like some poop eyes
boobies.
in honor of Glock Dookies.
In honor of the person that
Popeyes.
So-
there's actually an ambulance and some cop cars outside the Popeyes near Dundas, Winston Churchill. So
Oh, maybe our order will be
There's
delivered.
one. There's one on South Com.
yeah, order from South Carolina.
I don't think I get to pick, but.
Oh,
can.
you can.
Do you?
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay.
Stupid.
What are we thankful for? I said Blade.
That is a great one to be.
Not necessarily Wesley Snipes Blade. Wesley Snipes, yes, but Blade. Even his fashion, I was like, this guy's fashion.
That's
is
fucking sick.
His glasses.
That's
like
why
those sick glasses.
It pissed me off when Black Panther came out and everyone was like, oh yes, we got a black hero, and I was like, first of
Yo,
all, we've already had
but-
something fun, but the first black lead hero, I was like, y'all just forgetting about Blade?
I don't know if it was more. It was more of studios because the people are too young.
But still.
But okay, so before we end it, then, do you like Black Panther or Blade?
Blade. Cinematic renditions, Blade. Comic idea, maybe Black Panther.
Black Panther is sick.
But the way they did him in the movies, I think they squandered a lot of potential. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's cool and all. I think they squandered a lot of potential.
What do you mean? His vibranium suit is so badass.
It's so whack.
They used it so
I thought
lightly.
it was so stupid. The whole charging aspect of it ruined it for me.
That's how it works. That's
Yeah.
how it literally fucking
But it
works
was
in the comic books.
But it's stupid because Black Panther's supposed to be one of, if not, like, he's supposed to be, like, second only to Shang-Chi in terms of, like, hand-to-hand combat.
He is!
Yeah, but then when you build a suit where it's like, I take all this damage and then I just do like this radius blast shot, that takes away all of his fighting.
Yeah,
now he's not fighting people, he's just getting hit and then just boom!
Yeah, it's true.
No,
Boom,
but,
like,
but I think
now
can
you're
he not
fighting.
channel it into his punch? Let's say.
Well, he never did it in the movies.
But I'm
Which
sure
would
he could.
that would have been cool. That would
That's
have been cool.
basically what Gambit does, though.
Yeah.
Gambit
I
can
guess.
store the kinetic energy and then put it into objects.
Yeah. That would have been cool if they did it like that in the movies.
Yo, Gambit.
They did.
Would,
It was
I
stupid.
feel like they've killed and undersold how sick Gambit is. Like he
Gambit's
was so
fucking
cool.
badass.
And then was it Will I Am?
No. Will.i.am was the other guy who teleports.
It was
He
it was
teleports and then Sabretooth
Yeah, he catches him.
claws him and.
he's in
Yeah.
Yeah, Gambit though. I feel like they undersold him so hard.
What do you mean? He did the spinning thing and
he did do that with his
baton, right?
it was like a staff. But
Baiting.
bait.
No, it's a staff. It's a
Bait
staff.
and rouge.
A staff. The difference between a staff and baton is like a couple inches.
Stop.
I've got a baton.
Yeah, you have a baton.
Stop.
Okay. What?
I have a
What?
set-
That is the difference.
I have a
It's not a
set
couple
there.
inches, it's like a lot of inches.
Oh, okay. Okay. How does this guy know all the actors? This guy just. I don't even know who that. Like, I don't even know. Anyways, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I am thankful for Jurassic Park because that is an iconic movie, even though it's just gone so downhill. The first two.
How many times can they make the same fucking mistake?
Right? I hope one more time because there are those rumors of them doing a collab of
Mhm.
Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park.
That'd be sick.
So I'm down for another ride.
I would watch that.
I don't care how bad it is.
Din
am
Diesel.
I 100%
Up
support it.
to a T-Rex like family.
Yo, if they
Team up.
if they team up, that's crazy.
He's like, these raptors understand the importance of family.
Yo, there'll be Raptors versus like Ford Raptors.
What?
Spoiler. Spoiler.
And you get like the TRX Ram. Yo, what are you grateful for?
Honestly, I had something and then we started talking about shit. I'm grateful for that dinosaurs. I'm grateful for the aliens that Mexico has shown us. The real aliens.
Bro, you can't call them that. They're called immigrants.
Not if they came over illegally. Not if they came over illegally.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that. But I'm also grateful, I don't know if anyone's seen it, where they're also cake. That's
Like they
incredible.
got cake. Like they got ass.
Those aliens got cake.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm grateful that they didn't bother preserving. There's 1,000-year-old pieces of sand.
Piece of sand? What the hell's a piece of sand?
Pieces of sand.
What? Okay. What the hell's...
Multiple sand pieces.
That still doesn't help. What's a piece of sand?
A grain of sand?
Huh.